are all sitting here shooting the shit.
What's up, man? I'm your host, DJ Duss, with my co-hosts, Bamboo and Alex.
Hey, what's up?
What's up? We have a special guest today, man. Snyp Luciano. How you doing, Snipes?
What up, kid?
What's up? How you doing?
Man, we good, man.
Everything's
We good.
good.
How's the COVID life treating you right now?
Well, right now it's I see things loosening back up. I don't really see it's a lot of protests and stuff going on. So it really ain't no quarantine going on right now because everybody's out and about.
Yeah, because what was it? Was it earlier this week? I saw a picture of you with a beer, and I was like, "Well, we don't have that option over here." I was kind of jealous.
Yeah, that actually was the first time I went out to a brewery in probably in months since this thing first started. So
stuck
that was a good thing. They opened back up. Yeah, I went to some brewery. It was outdoor or whatever. We drunk outside. So
I had to ask because I'm like, "Is this a picture from the past or is this immediately?" And he's like,
Nah,
"Yeah, it's open."
That was a current event.
Yeah. We were jealous over here. I'm not gonna lie to you, brother. We were jealous over here. All right, bro, man.
I got that a lot.
You get that? You did, huh? Okay. Let's get into it, man. I want people to get to know you a little bit, man. Where were you born, brother?
I was born in New York, Queens, New York, and I moved down to North Carolina when I was about 9 years old. So the early part of my life, it was in New York, and I did a lot of moving around out there. I even lived in Maryland too, so even those early years. But I was raised in North Carolina pretty much the remainder of my life.
That's pretty cool, man.
That's
And
good.
how do you enjoy it out there, brother? Is the hip hop scene good for you, or treating you well?
You said the hip hop scene?
Yeah.
In North Carolina?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's cool. Yeah. It's, it took a while, but finally now I'm able to throw a show and probably fill up a venue.
That's
like
cool.
a little small venue. So yeah, it's nice. It's getting there. People they starting to appreciate me more out here.
That's fucking awesome. That's so awesome, man.
Okay. So growing up, who was some of the artists you enjoyed listening to, bro?
Man, I listened to pretty much everything. As far as hip hop, when I really started getting into it, it had to be around like the early 90s when Wu-Tang was first coming out and Snoop Dogg and
that's me too.
that whole Death Row thing and Bad Boy and Biggie. That was like pretty much, even though I was already into hip hop before that right there was the point where I was like, I really fell in love with it, where I was like memorizing songs and started. I had to do it myself. So it was
just picking up that craft, huh?
Yeah, exactly. That's when I started. That's when I started like putting the pen to the page and rehearsing and stuff like that. But I was a kid though. I was a youngin.
All right.
How young? How young is this?
I was when that I probably was like 9 years old.
Yeah.
When I first started. Yeah, when I first started rapping. So I was a kid. My brother was rapping. He was younger than me. He probably was like 5 years old. And my cousin, he was four. So we had a little, it was our little crisscross group.
Nice.
All right, jump.
Nice.
I remember.
Yeah, right. So they was an inspiration as well because they was kids and they was rapping. So we was looking up to them like, oh man, that's dope. We could do it too.
I don't know.
Nice.
As a kid, I remember bringing the Snoop Dogg CD to my parents, Doggy Style.
Oh wow.
As a kid, they didn't say anything, but I remember that look. That.
Yeah.
Do you know my brother?
Yeah, go ahead. Alex.
My brother bought when Eminem's first CD came out. My brother bought it and had to we live out in the country, and he went and hid it in like a barn in the field, and he would take his Walkman out there and go listen to it because he knew like my mom would beat his ass for listening to that.
I did the same thing.
Yeah, he would just hide. He would hide it.
Yep, I had the little Walkman. My mother, because I used to play it on my stepfather's stereo. I used to play Snoop Dogg, the Doggy Style album. And I remember one day my mother came home early from work. I wasn't expecting that. I had that thing blasting. He said, "Turn that mother effing music down, wall that loud ass curse."
Man,
and it's hard for them to understand. It's hard for them to. It's so good.
Yeah. Looking
at me like I'm crazy.
Especially during that time, because that was a time where it was kind of hip hop was making a transition, and people were more vocal with lyrics and things like that. Before it was a little more, it was just hip hop.
No fucks given.
After that, they started saying anything out their mouth. So for them, it was like that was like a shock to them. Like, what are they talking about up here?
What does it mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, is it true? Is it true that you started recording when you were 12?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a fact. Also. Yeah, I started recording and performing around that age.
Wow,
Around
nice.
12. Yeah. Yep.
Not
That was the first time I got in the booth.
Not intimidated by the booth at all? Did you like? Because the first time I saw, like, I used to own a studio. I had a few engineers, and that's where I met Bam, right? And just watching how the music is put together, you know what I mean? It's like,
Right.
even with the producer and an engineer, there's a different art towards it, right? Like the way they put stuff together. So I was just saying, as a kid, looking at hearing music, do you think it was done a lot easier, or were you a bit intrigued with how the music has actually been recording?
I was, the funny thing about it was, prior to even going to the studio and recording, when I was really young, I may have been like 7 years old, and I remember going in the booth with my mother. She was rapping, and
nice.
I remember watching her do that, and that always stuck with me. So going back into the booth, it was something I was already familiar with. It was already pretty much programmed. So no, it wasn't intimidating. I was just excited to be in there, man. I couldn't wait to hear my voice on the track.
It's got to be the coolest thing ever. Just pop in when
it was,
give it to
man.
you
I was
on
like,
CD and pop it in your car or someone else's, player,
man.
and you're like, "This is me." Yeah, that's fucking sweet, man.
Back then it was tapes.
Oh,
yeah, it was tapes back
Little
then.
DATs.
Yep, the cassette.
The ADATs, yep.
That is sweet,
yeah, it was the little joints, the little tapes or whatever, and then just hearing my voice on there was like, wow, that's just dope, man.
And you're the coolest guy fucking as a kid. That's no one else does that shit. You know what I mean? Especially at the age of 12.
Yeah, you're right, man. I was in the clubs and everything, man. I was doing things. When I look back, I was like, and when I talk to kids, about stuff that they did when they was children, and I talk about the stuff that I did, they look at me like, man, you really did all that at that age? I was in the clubs and everything at 12 years old.
That is fucking crazy, man.
On stage with Duss Effects and Rakim, stuff like that, like standing on the stage watching them perform in their prime. So I had a different childhood than everybody, than a lot of kids that I grew up with.
You was blessed, kid. You was blessed.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely was blessed, man. I'm glad I grew up around hip hop, man. It was all around me.
Snipes, do you remember your first performance? Get on stage, rocking the mic. Do you remember that first one?
Absolutely. Yeah, I remember. It was me, my cousin, and my brother, and we performed at a club called Kamikaze in Raleigh, North Carolina, and we was opening up for. It was a group called World Renown, and they actually had a video on, like, I think it was on BET and stuff like that at the time. They was I don't think they really blew all the way up, but I remember they was on the radio at one point, and we ended up opening up for them. And I remember, just it was an adrenaline rush. You know what I'm saying? You get the butterflies right before you get on, but then you get on, and then you just in the zone.
It takes.
And I remember the crowd going crazy, man. And the funny thing about it is they actually booed the headliners after us. So that right there gave me right there gave me a boost of confidence.
You got up there and set the bar high. That's what you did.
It did. It did, man. It did. And
they probably hated you.
I stuck with it ever since.
And that's the funny thing.
The headliners probably hated you.
And that's the funny thing. A lot of people don't like to open shows, and if your game is tight and your performance is right, you want to get up there first. You know what I mean? Turn it up. So everybody have to follow behind you.
First, second, last, I don't care. When I get up there, all I care about is me doing what I'm doing and giving the crowd what they, want. So I'm not really concerned about who goes before me or after me. Man. I just want to get up there and make sure there's people out there to see what I got to put out there, and then and vibe out. That's it.
All right.
So now, Snipes, tell me how you got on that little tour with Ja Rule. I heard you went on you had 3 shows together.
Yeah, we that was I run with Chris Gotti.
That's it.
Irv Gotti. Well, Chris Gotti, he's that's their family right there. So I've been running with them. I've been touring with them probably for the past 4 years. They was doing their little seminars and doing touring or whatever because Chris Gotti has a distribution company.
Oh, okay.
Where he distributes records and things like that. I started following on tours or whatever on the little tours they was doing in these different cities, and I ended up really getting close with the family or whatever.
Sweet.
And I started distributing my music through things like that. So they saw my grind. They saw what I was doing because I was consistent. Like ever since they met me, I was consistent with it. So that opportunity came up. It was just like, I think it was Chris's sister hit me up and was like, "Hey, we got these 2 shows up in Pennsylvania. Do you want to jump on them?" And I flew up there and I met up with Ja Rule and them, and the rest was history.
Fucking sick. Those must have been big
That's
shows.
crazy.
Yeah, I could imagine, man. I could imagine.
Oh yeah, the crowd was big, man. It was both the events was the events that we did in Pennsylvania was sold out.
Wow, that's fucking sweet, man.
Packed from top to bottom.
That must have felt good.
For real, bro. For real, man.
So
yeah, that was.
So crazy. How was it working with Lazy Bone and Young Bliss on that Blowing Away track?
Man, you taking it back. that was right. So Bone Thugs was definitely a big influence on me.
Okay.
I grew up on them as far as like the development of me rapping and things like that, and sharpening my pen. They had a major effect on like my style, and they was just a big influence. So, this the song that I did with Lazy Bone came about. That was lit, and we was just like on this mixtape. Somebody that has a name, you say have a feature on song or whatever, and I ended up getting in touch with Lazy Bone's manager at the time, and we actually didn't meet up with them or anything like that. I made a track that I could hear Lazy Bone on, and we emailed it to them, and they sent it back probably like a week later or whatever. But that's how that whole thing came up. I was like, but the fact that I was on the song with a legend,
absolutely,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Grow up with. I take that.
Nice.
That's a trophy for me.
Yeah. Is there any artist or producer you're dying to work with in the future?
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, like I would definitely like to work with a lot of the people that I grew up with. Like Snoop Dogg. I want to work with Kendrick Lamar for sure. I definitely want to, as far as with the newer generation. I want to definitely do some work with Kendrick Lamar, Schoolboy Q, like that whole TDE camp over there on the West Coast.
Okay.
But you pretty much, I pretty much work with anybody just because, I want to work with anybody just because they always something that they're gonna bring out of me, and do the vice versa. I'm the same thing for them on the track. So anybody pretty much.
Okay.
That's cool, man. So, like, in your situation, are you an independent, like your own label, or are you signed to a record label?
Sorry, the thing was going up. I think you was asking me, am I independent?
Yeah, are you independent, or are you signed to a label?
Yeah. No, I'm an independent artist.
Oh, perfect.
I'm independent, man. I've been. Yeah, that's. I love being independent, man.
That was my next question, brother. It's like, is that to have full control, fuel? You know what I mean? See your path, go for it. You know what I mean? Be very creative. Because I find most labels.
Say that again.
When you're independent, you can be creative with your craft, right? When you're with a label, they kind of tell you, they kind of push you towards a different direction, right? So you definitely prefer being independent, is what you're saying. Am I cutting out?
Yeah.
I mean, I never been signed to a major. Yeah, it's cutting out. It's going in. It's like choppy.
All right.
Can y'all hear?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you guys.
Yeah, it's like it's going in and out.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, go to the next question. Go to the next question.
Where's the next question?
The next question.
Who's your favorite artist of all time, and do you enjoy any of the new guys? Oh.
Say that one more time.
Who's your favorite artist of all time? And who are you liking that's new right now?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. This thing. Do you want me to go out?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Give that a try.
Like I'm not. I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Because we can all hear each other, right?
Yeah, we could.
Yeah, just Snyp's choppy for me.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, same thing. And there's a sweat.
Got the stress sweats.
I thought it was me, but I'm like,
no, it's the internet.
Welcome to the world.
Wait, can he come back in?
Yeah, Carlos should be getting him back in if he's there. But we have to rely on Carlos. Carlos, are you
He's probably not there.
Carlos is yelling at somebody.
He's fired.
Let's send him a text just in case. Get him.
Yeah. Snipe's like, why the fuck can't I get back in?
Snipe's like, they kicked me out of the own interview.
Yeah. Oh, Carlos says his internet is the problem.
Oh, okay. I just can't usually fucking see hit the private comments. I'm like, it can't be me. I thought I had good internet, but you never know anymore.
He is not back on, Carlos says. No, he is not.
Shoot him a message.
Let's get it back. Let's get him back.
Oh.
Oh.
All
right, let's try this again.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, it was real choppy when.
Yeah, it was getting it was bad.
I'm starting to sound like a fucking commercial. Do you hear me now?
Good.
Like you were saying, so one of the last questions we were asking is like, who's your favorite artist of all times, and is there any of the new cats you enjoy listening to?
Oh yeah, like I said, like the new cats. I'm listening to a lot of there's some real new cats out right now from Brooklyn. I've been listening to a lot of their stuff. Chef G is one of them, one of the newest. Like he's a young boy. He's like 19 years old. But I like the whole drill movement that they're doing out there in Brooklyn. I've been digging that style out there or whatever.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a lot of Kendrick is as far as like my favorite artist that's out right now is probably Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah,
I gotta
sweet,
give it
bro.
to him.
Kendrick knows how to do his thing, bro. That guy's killing it in the West Coast.
Man, Kendrick is
lyrical.
dope, man.
He's lyrical.
I look at Kendrick like, it's so the era I came up in or whatever. Like when I was telling y'all, when I started really falling in love with the hip hop and stuff like that. I look at that era as like the highest, just the golden era. Like that was like, the epitome of like just dope hip hop. Like it was no trash coming out. You had to be nice. And I look at Kendrick like if you would have put him in that time, he would have been able to hold his own, amongst all the people that was out at the time.
No, I totally agree. And that's the way that I start judging artists too. It's like he's great now, but can you put him at the peak? Where is he at the peak?
It's because he's so smart. Like he's so smart that his lyrics are sometimes even go over your head. Like if he has so many historical and cultural references in his lyrics that's what another thing. Big Sean's the same way. That's why I love Big Sean lyrically, because there's so many things that if you catch in their lyrics and you're like, oh shit, that was really fucking smart.
Oh yeah. They're dope lyricists.
And now let's pick the one, the greatest, the one that your favorite artist of all time, the one. Don't pick
Jay-Z.
two, pick one.
Okay.
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z is my favorite of all time.
All time?
Yeah, all time.
Can't argue with that.
I'm a big Jay-Z fan.
Dude knows what he's doing, man. He's been killing it for how many decades now?
I mean, you gotta look at it like he holds the torch. Yeah, he holds the torch in hip hop. He's taken it as far as you can take it. Has anybody has ever took it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he literally built an empire out of making music.
Pretty much.
Yeah, there's very few people that came out when he came out that you'll still hear on the radio right now.
Yeah,
that's facts. No, it's like I'm talking about like what 20 plus years strong.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Probably.
Yeah, for sure.
He accomplished a lot.
Yeah.
No, that dude definitely. The dude knows what he's doing, man. Definitely knows what he's doing.
For sure.
But yo, I'm noticing you killing this TikTok game, kid. You funny as hell. When you started messing around with that, man?
I started messing around with that last summer, like around August or whatever, and and that was I just started messing with it. I was watching this dude. Y'all ever heard of Gary V?
No, I haven't.
Oh yeah.
You heard of him?
It's because you guys are young. It's because you guys are younger. That's
no,
why.
he's like a. He's like a motivational speaker and like a businessman. Like he's
okay.
Yeah, you would know who he was if you saw him
If I
for
saw
sure.
him, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as an independent artist, I was kind of like I watch him or whatever just because he's a businessman. He's he always talks about social media strategies and things like that.
Okay.
And one thing he was big on was posting consistent content, just constantly putting out content. And I was at the point where it was just like, I got music videos, and things like that, but I don't have like a bunch of content to just keep putting out like that. I don't have anything, you know what I'm saying? Because it costs a lot of money. It costs money and it takes time to do videos individually.
Right.
So
okay.
I didn't have, it's not like I had a big budget to just be putting out a bunch of videos and things like that. So anyway, he started talking about TikTok. He started saying like the organic reach up there is big, is major. It's like, your numbers go high up there, like your reach up there. When you post something, even without a hashtag, it's gonna be seen.
Okay.
So I just, I went up there and I started messing around with, what was trending and just looking at it, and then I started doing like I just something clicked with me. I was like, man, I could do like reenact movies and stuff like that. So I started messing around with my old favorite movies, and when I did it up there. When I did it up there, I was like, this video is funny. I started sharing it on like Facebook and Instagram, and I saw the reaction I was getting from it.
Okay.
And it was like a bigger reaction than I ever got in my whole history of doing music. It was like, the reaction was like people was actually loving it. I just kept doing the videos, and I was like, man, and everybody just kept saying, keep doing them. And then I noticed my following started growing even more on Instagram from the videos that I was doing on TikTok.
Okay.
So I was like, and that's how I got into that whole thing. It was like I found my thing because I didn't see too many people out there doing what I was doing.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, man. It kind of brought me into, because before rapping, I wanted to be an actor. So
really,
that right there we kind of met right there with the with the entertainment, acting, music, all of that met right there on that platform.
Okay,
and,
nice.
Yeah, and it's been history since then, man. I just every day I put a new video up.
Nice.
Like 2 videos sometimes. Don't be lying, bro.
Sometimes, yeah. I do on TikTok. I probably do like 4 videos a day.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. But
I get introduced to him as an artist, right? I'm listening to his stuff. I'm like, this guy's so fucking amazing. Instagram, I'm hitting. I'm like, God damn, this dude's funny, man. Like, I loved it, man. I told you. It's first time I was checking that out, and I'm telling you, the last video you posted, I died for 10 minutes straight, man. I had to rewatch it. I couldn't stop laughing. It was fantastic, though.
That's funny. That's funny. And that's what I do it for. Like, I appreciate that. Like, I want to be, especially in these days and times, man, when people telling me I made their day and, they need that laugh.
Yeah.
I do that. Now I do that for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that means more than anything right now.
Because you know when it's good when the clip is what? The clip was like 10 seconds, 15 seconds?
Yeah,
it
only takes about 10 seconds.
And I'm laughing for like minutes, like at a time. I'm just, you did something good when it's like that quick was just like I died.
Right. Yeah, man. So
I'm not going to tell people. People got to check you out on Instagram, bro, to see what I'm talking about. Because that video is fucking hilarious. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you.
That's man. I appreciate that.
Any plans on acting in the future?
Yes. There's big plans on acting in the future. I was talking to I had just got and this is the first time I'm actually even saying this, but Irv Gotti had hit me up the other day, man. He's like, we're gonna get you on, because he has a TV series on BET called Tales.
Oh yeah.
And, so he hit me up the other day, man. He said I'm ready. He said I'm ready to get you on some real acting. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yeah, I'm down with that.
Word.
Someone's got to capitalize on this. Like, they have to. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
They have to.
Yeah.
They have to do it.
And they've been watching. They've been watching my TikTok videos too. So they always they see that I have an acting skill. Already.
And you just reached over like 10,000 lately on TikTok.
Yeah, I just hit. It's about to be 11,000, but I just hit the 10K.
You got some big numbers.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, and the it grows so fast up there, man. Like the number on I encourage anybody that has any type of brand to go on TikTok. For sure.
Yeah.
Is it? There was an interview I listened to yours. Was you went on stage and you were about to perform and people thought you were doing a comedy bit at first. Some people thought you were doing.
So this is in the midst of all of this. This is in the midst of all this TikTok stuff, right? So I've been doing that. it probably took about 4 or 5 months for people to start really gravitating toward me. Like I've had a whole new following from TikTok videos.
Okay.
And I had a show in Raleigh. This was in February. So already I have been, like I said, I've been doing since August. So you know, from August to then, I've been doing consistent videos or whatever. And I had a show in Raleigh, and somebody came out there to see me, and I ended up talking to them or whatever. And I was telling them, I'm getting ready to go up there and perform. I got a couple of songs I'm gonna do, because they was asking me what I was gonna do. They didn't know what I was gonna do, because they didn't know if I was a stand-up comedian. They didn't know what I was. They just fuck with me. They was just like, I want to see him. And I was like, yeah, I'm about to go up there and perform. Like they was like, perform, like what you gonna do? I was like, I gotta perform my music. He was like, wait a minute, you do music? I said, they was like, oh, I'm thinking you're gonna get up there and do some comedy stuff. And I was like, nah. And then I went up there, and when I got off the stage, they was they was amazed. They wasn't expecting that. You know what I'm saying? Because
that's right, a whole nother side.
Like I tour, I do music. That's my craft. So they obviously seen it was something that, oh, this is something that he really does right here.
Yeah, yeah.
And it,
okay.
Yeah, so it's like that right there. And that happened to me on a couple of occasions where people was like, they didn't know that I did music too. They thought I was either an actor or a comedian.
That's
funny.
It's never bad though. Like you were saying, get yourself out there, get your product out there, right? Your brand.
That's right.
Yeah.
And if you could impress them in one thing and get them out, and they saw you fucking, performing and rocking a stage.
Exactly.
Like, that's fucking
right.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Man. That is sweet.
Yeah, so
all right, man. We want Carlos to play a 30-second clip, man. If Carlos can hear me back.
I'm the boogeyman, 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 boogeyman. I make them wanna boogie, 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 boogie. Another story about Lucci, it's like a movie. I swear my life is like a movie. It's kinda spooky. My girl a rider like I'm Lucy.
Yo, I love that, man. That track, I love that hook, dude. It's on Spotify. It's in my phone. I bump it in my car. I'm out driving saying I'm the boogeyman every time. I'm telling you, people are probably looking at me kind of weird these days. But I am saying that. I'm straight the fuck up, man. I love the track, man. I know your album came out.
If you got any kids, play that for your kids. Play the clean version. They'll love it.
I guarantee it. It's catchy as hell, man. So that was your album. It came out what, 2018, 2019? Was it?
Yeah, 2018. The end of 2018.
And the LP's fucking great. Top to bottom. As soon as we hooked up, I got that shit on Spotify. I was listening to all your other stuff. It's actually on my playlist now. I love it, man. Do you have anything else coming up in the future? You got a new single out, actually.
I just dropped a single called Candy Bars. That's
great
out right
track.
now.
Candy Bar, yes.
Yeah, Candy Bars. I got a lot of music. I got another project I'm gonna put out. I don't have a name for it, but I have the songs ready. Everything is ready. So look forward to that. Also, if you did listen to my album, we're about to shoot a video for Filter. That's one of the tracks on the
Filter.
Yeah. So we're supposed to be doing that this month. We had got with the directors and everything, came up with the treatment and all that stuff. So look out for that too. So that's dropping this summer.
Nice, man. That's super dope, bro.
Yeah.
All right, man. We usually play a game called Versus. So, Carlos, drop the intro, brother. Oh, Carlos is screwing up already. Backstage, one job. You guys want to hire him? Because we don't want him no more. Carlos, bro. Carlos ain't dropping the intro? I love it. This is fantastic news, Carlos.
Come on, kid. Make it.
He has one job to do. Do you want his resume ain't looking too thick anymore, Carlos, you want to forget the intro and just drop the pictures?
Carlitos.
Yeah. Silos. There. Beyonce versus Rihanna. Who do you think's better? Who rocks the stage? Who do you prefer, Snipes?
I gotta give it. I mean, I love Rihanna, but I gotta give it to Beyonce.
Oh, so there's a.
I heard it too.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Rihanna's my girl.
I heard that.
Sorry, I love Rihanna.
What's your reasoning, Alex? Why Rihanna over Beyonce?
I don't know. I just resonate with Rihanna more. She's a bad bitch. I don't know. She is bad.
She
Yeah.
is bad.
I don't know.
She's definitely
Beyonce's
bad.
obviously, there's no denying Beyonce's talent. She's the queen for a reason. But I just mean I can never take anyone over Rihanna. I love her.
Man, what about you?
I love
Man, who you
Rihanna too,
picking?
but I feel like Beyonce is just man, she's she comes under Michael Jackson to me. Like
yeah, no, it's true.
Yeah,
just her stage performance, her presence, you could tell she's really not taking away nothing from Rihanna either.
No, not at all.
Beyonce was just like
I'm
I don't
telling
know.
her.
I'm
I'm telling her you said that.
God damn, someone mute her mic. Biggest trouble.
Yeah.
All right, Carlos, put the next one up, bro. Pharrell versus Kanye West.
Wow.
Yeah, we try to make it tough, bro.
That's rude.
That's a good one. Wow.
Not really. Come on now.
Okay, Bam,
I gotta give it to.
Come on, Snyp. Really?
I mean, that's a tough one, but the only reason why I say Kanye West is because he really got taken serious as a rap artist from being a producer. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I guess Pharrell did the same thing, but Kanye is taken more serious as a hip hop artist.
Okay, so you looking at it as artist wise. Me, I'm looking at it as producer wise. And Pharrell category, his repertoire is just insane, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, now that's where. Okay, now if you're talking about just producing,
all I'm gonna say is what?
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm gonna say. You know,
I love Pharrell stuff, man. But yeah, that's a good one. I guess I.
Man, that's a really good versus.
That is a good one.
There's no right answer here. You know what I mean?
Nah,
it's preference at the time, right? So.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Nah, Alex, you pick one.
Yeah, this is it's complicated for me because I've had to put some distance between myself and Kanye West recently, but I can't. It pains me because I think he is one of the greatest artists of all times, and artists in all ways, like producing, writing, performing. I think he's incredible, but I just I have zero respect for him anymore, to be honest. So I have a hard time with it. Wow. I don't honestly. I feel very strongly about that.
Okay. So what you saying, Joe?
I was trying to dodge this bullet. I was like,
nah. I'm calling you out, son.
I'll pick Pharrell.
Good choice. I would have made you come to Nova Scotia.
Get the fuck out of here, lobsters.
Hey, I couldn't even argue with that.
You see what I'm saying? And it's just, and at this time, it's not who's better. It's literally just a preference.
Yeah, it's
just a preference.
Yeah.
A few tracks.
They both nasty. Like,
absolutely.
Kanye, when it came to that Jesus Walks, I was like, my jaw was on the floor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like,
when with the Neptunes, with the clips and stuff, like there's certain stuff that I lean towards with what Pharrell's done over, his body of work. So
I'm just going with body of work. He's got a lot more body of work. That's all.
Yeah, but thanks for calling me out on that shit, bro. Anyways, Carlos, next one: DMX versus ODB.
DMX.
DMX, huh? I know. Now, would this been a better argument if ODB stayed alive longer and created a little,
Well, nah, because you gotta. When ODB died, they both already pretty much was at the peak
right?
of their success. They already reached the highest part of how big as they was gonna be.
Absolutely right.
Okay, keeping that in mind. Now, keep that in mind. ODB had less material than X, and he was at that level. So imagine if he put out more material. Where do you think he would win? You get what I'm saying?
No, I'm not. He had the potential to be that, but he just didn't. As far as like what happened, I have to give it to X because he did it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I agree with him. I go with DMX also.
Yeah.
He was in movies. Remember, X was in movies and everything. X was a
Steven Seagal. And he was fucking shit.
Yeah.
It's just also like as a DJ, I also think about what the fuck do I press play to that gets that crowd just energized. When you press play, that eruption.
X got a few of those.
God,
got a lot.
there's some
X
fire
got a
tracks
lot
with
more.
DMX.
Yeah.
The whole club just erupts.
Yeah, he got
ODB,
more under his belt than
there's a couple good sing-along tracks, but I mean, for me, energy-wise, DMX, man. It is what it is. Yo, Carlos, another one, brother. Oh, we already know what Snyp's gonna say about
You already
this.
know that answer.
Yeah.
Wow.
We already know that. Okay, Alex, what are you gonna say?
Well, see, when it comes to, I have so much to say, but Eminem, I think. Okay, no, to me, Eminem is like probably the greatest rapper of all time. There's different rappers for different reasons, so I can get into it.
Hold on a sec. You were just defending yourself without any of us saying anything.
Well,
Word.
because I know because as soon as I say, listen, because I've had this I have this conversation a lot, and people always, whenever you say Eminem is like one of the greatest rappers of all time, people are always like, well, what about this person? You know what? There's like different for different reasons, but I think ultimately, I don't think there's anyone that would go up against Eminem in anything, and Eminem would lose. I just can't see it. He is a genius. So to me, but then Jay-Z, his music, like everyone loves Jay-Z's music. Not everyone loves Eminem. People can even appreciate Eminem, how talented he is, but not really care for his music. Whereas everyone loves Jay-Z's music.
This guy.
No,
I get it. He's great. His rhymes are great, but you have to understand where I'm coming from. As you know, again, how many Eminem tracks am I gonna play? Fuck that. Those I'm the real Slim Shady shit. I ain't playing that stuff. But you know what I mean? Like,
there's stuff. There's stuff you could play.
You say stuff, but what? Can you name a few? You were coming to request.
I could name. I could name. Okay, if you were gonna play like in the club or something, like you're trying to get people. Okay, his album, his recovery album, I think it was the one with like Cinderella Man. That album has tons of tracks you could play.
Okay, and that's why you're not a DJ.
And that's fine. Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm just saying that would pump me up. Like
Jay-Z gives me I can play hours of his shit.
Yes, that's what I'm saying too, though.
Yeah, whatever. What do you think, man?
Well, you know, I'm going with Jay.
It's because these guys are New York. This was an L from the beginning.
This is New York, man.
All right, we got one more, if I'm right. Ooh,
shit.
I kept this one. I made this one a while ago, and I was wanting to be a dickhead and put it out today. Sorry, Snipes, I had to, bro. That's. I get. You know what? Okay, you know what? I get you guys to all start, and I always try to fucking And
you know what? You know what? Snyp is the perfect person to have this on with, because this is the era he came up in. You understand?
We set him up, man. We set him up.
This is that era. This is that era. So, what you got?
All right, Snyp starts. All right.
Man, damn. So okay, I love both of them. Like, you know
of course,
they're completely different artists. You know,
they
not
total
they're
opposites.
really not the same. They only get put in the same category, I believe, all the time, is because of the feud that they had and the big thing that they had between them.
True.
But I feel like they was completely different artists. I gotta give it to Biggie on that one.
Okay.
As an artist, you know what I'm saying? Just because he was so lyrical, the creativity, the fact that he wrote, you know, Lil Kim's album and he breeded that, you know what I'm saying? Which Lil Kim breeded Nicki Minaj and all these females that came out now. And you know, Biggie was just, I don't know, he just was more experimental, I feel like, as a rap artist.
I can see that.
Than Pac, but I love Pac though. I love, because Pac was more. His was more feeling, more heartfelt, more. You know, he connected with you in a different way. But as far as if we just talking about rap artists, I gotta give it to Biggie.
Okay, who's next? Alex, you nodding.
Yeah, I mean, I think I just grew up. I think I just listened to more Tupac when I was younger than Biggie. I don't know why. I don't know why that is, but so I tend to like Tupac more. I feel like Biggie, I don't know as much of his stuff, I guess. But with Tupac, I do. So that's why I'd have to go with Tupac. But
now, let me take this. Let me also reiterate.
Yeah.
As an overall artist, I gotta give it to Tupac though, because he was way the stuff that he did as far as movies and all of that stuff.
True.
You can't compare.
Yeah.
I can't compare Biggie to that. You know what I'm saying? That right there. So that's a hard one.
That's another one. There's no wrong answer to that one.
See, with me,
right. You can't really.
Yeah.
It was an H thing. When I was younger and angrier, I was all Pac.
Yeah.
I felt when I got older and lazier, I was like, I'm smooth like Biggie. I was like, fuck it.
Right? Yeah.
I'm for his shit now.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? I get more to adapt. I adapt to his stuff more now than I did as a kid. Right? That's. But so because I'm older now, so I have to go Biggie.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Now my question is, why the hell is the Biggie movie done so well, and the Pac movie felt so? You know, why would they do that? Why would they do that?
Honestly, I think they could have did better with both of those movies.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Legends, and this is what came out of it. I was like,
Yeah.
You know, I remember going to a wedding and I ditched early because it was like this big Italian wedding and there's like 5,000 people and I was like, fuck, I can get out of here. No one sees me, so I just dipped out the back door. And then I went and checked out the Pac movie and it was like the Late Show and I watched it and I was just like, I came out, it was great, but I mean, I felt for who it was, I think it should have been.
Yeah, that's
that's
exactly how I felt.
It was like watching a music video, like a big music video.
Yeah, it was just, it just felt like it just needed a little bit more, man. That's all, man.
No, I felt like they rushed that movie. They should have took a little more time before they made that movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think they could have did. Yeah, they could have did a whole lot better on those movies.
It could have been it, man. But Snipes, man, it was a pleasure having you on tonight, bro. I
For
have
real.
Thanks for having me.
Carlos has your links. It's getting posted probably while we speak right now. I got your Spotify link, your Instagram, and I'm telling everyone to follow your. They got to check you out on this shit, dude.
Thank you, please.
It's
all my social media is the same. Snyp Luciano.
Yeah, you kept it easy, you know. I got dashes and shit. I know one knows where the fucking. But Snipes, you have anything coming out? Let me know, bro. We'll get you back on music video, etc. Singles. Keep me posted, bro. I'll keep following you. Keep making me laugh, brother. I appreciate it.
Thank you,
guys.
All you guys be safe out there. I appreciate
it.
For real.
See you later.
Thank you. Peace, man.
All right, man.
All right.
Peace. Is Carlos going to shut us down and play the outro?